Hello, everyone. It is Scott and Rita again. We're here to do another Cosmic Dialog like we do every week, once a week. Today's a little different, and we're not sure if this will reach anyone, but it doesn't matter because we've got something that's just been brewing. So today, we're talking about the time when many of us stopped participating and what that meant, what that was, and the things that were seen and the things that were unseen by us not participating in the drama that is covering the actual world, the actual dimension we live in. What do you want to say about that, Rita?
Oh, just hearing you say it just brings this relaxation to me. And thinking back to when we were surprised by how many people just en masse stopped participating. And because we had been inching our way out for quite a while. And for us, we were feeling on the verge of freedom, just a release from some kind of shackling when we just stopped participating in what we were being told we should be participating in. We started noticing the weight and the insistence of the message that you have to participate, because if you don't, it makes you a bad person, makes you uncaring, antisocial, even murderous. It was getting that extreme. And what the people orchestrating this whole message didn't understand was that the more extreme you go, the more you reveal the lie of it. And so it was just a very quiet celebration of an exodus from the reality that had been manufactured back, not even back to, but into reality, which had been stolen. And rather than looking for retribution, we just, all of us went towards the joy of being released from that insane reality that had been manufactured. So, what did you notice when that happened?
There was a real joy in feeling separate and separated. And I know in many instances of this put upon reality, we're taught that words like separation and stepping away or stepping out or leaving can be negative. But this was, it was a great relief, and it was something that gave me strength, that idea of separateness. And now I can finally hone this truth about myself, and I can hold that truth about myself. I can simply feel it. I can even display that truth about myself without saying a word, without having to explain, or even to be seen, even to be validated. This kind of non-participation really opened a door for all the things that I've been doing for a while, all the things that I had even held little doubts about. It opened a door so that I could finally step through it fully. And it could even be a secret door that no one else could see. And when there were other conversations with other people who had ended their participation, we would speak about these things. And we would also encourage and allow and be very supportive of others' secrets and others' deep journeys. And we could almost just feel that. There was a new way of understanding and communication that was being built. And that was fascinating too. Oftentimes I'm just very silent and I'm just observing. And it doesn't mean I'm not aware of what this artificial side of reality is presenting to me. I'm very aware and I'm willing to look at it, but I'm not willing to let it permeate me, to knock me over emotionally, spiritually. And engaging in it becomes pretty futile and unnecessary.
One of the great joys was not talking about it anymore, to not engage with people through that avenue of it was a shared misery. And to find the humanness in people by not addressing the manufactured reality was just, something that had been removed from us. And to have that boundary just for ourselves, for me, to not insist for myself, to not try to start conversations through that lens, just opened all kinds of doors. And it's almost hard to put into words what that did to myself and anybody else I was engaging with. And oftentimes it meant not engaging at all because they were insisting on talking about that. But I had to the first step was noticing how often I was engaging and participating, and to release that addiction. So from there, discoveries were just like every day something new about being human, qualities and abilities that had just been so shrouded in the misery that was prepared for us.
The misery that was prepared for us and that was dealt out to us in a very abusive manner. I will go that far and to say that this was long-term abuse.
Oh, for sure. Psychological, spiritual, emotional abuse. On the verge, on the way to being physical abuse.
And so that the way out of that became this major stillness. I kind of liken it to a loving neutrality, but yet a very positive, loving neutrality. One that really does seek to understand first before expression. So there are some deeper journeys in this not participating. And even now it's great because we haven't even spoken about what is happening on that side of manufactured reality. We don't even have to discuss it. We knew in our bodies were aching out to tell us. I mean, we were being abused. That's why we hurt, and that's why we would feel such welling of emotion. It's because our bodies were telling us this isn't a natural occurrence. This goes against any sort of, I'll go as far as to say, law of humanity. Our bodies were telling us, then our minds were racing, telling us this. Then we were used as pawns in a game.
Where the rules continue to shift and change because that's part of the abuse.
And gaslighting, making us feel crazy for our authentic ways of seeing, while they would continually change the rules or not allow us to express what we knew that we had seen.
Yes. And Lundy Bancroft is the most masterful at dismantling abusive tactics. And he speaks about, in his book called Why Does He Do That? Speaks about those who side with the abuser when someone tries to break free. And the abuse gets multiplied when you do see it for what it is. And we were noticing all of the people who took the side of the abusive structures and tactics. So that was really telling, and not to fight against them or be angry at even more abusers than we even knew prior to this going on, prior to seeing it for what it was. But it was just a gift to know what we're walking away from, what we're not participating in, and being so thankful that we're not participating in it, because we do not want to do that to anyone else.
Yeah, we did, for a time we had to learn how to really embrace the joy of it all. And so whereas I'm pretty serious about this topic,
exactly what victims have to go through. Yeah.
So yeah, you have to get rid of the guilt of enjoying the gifts of being separate
Or
from.
the fear of enjoying. Because you know, as soon as you enjoy something, it's gonna be, you're gonna get hacked off at the knees, or it's gonna be taken away. But go on.
Yeah. So it's um, step by step, day by day, we learn to enjoy and to feel joy through the fruits of all of this separateness, all of the not participating. And there are times you put up some shields for a little bit, but then you realize you don't need them because you build a strength. You build a deep strength in you. And now it's not so hard for me to feel joy not being a part of a manufactured reality, and to know how paper thin that is,
And
and that
insecure.
it's and insecure. It's just a facade. It's a projection. It's not reality. So the joy is amazing. It's We can walk around and be ourselves. So we do walk around the world and we notice the world for what it really is, and people for what they really are. And even if they fall short and they actually, maybe they feel that they have to be part of a predation or a predator or be assets of this artifice, we can see that objectively, and it builds this compassion muscle for us and a forgiveness muscle. How can you be angry when you've already forgiven that?
Yeah.
So that's another part of like detaching and not participating, is understanding that and forgiving those who just have sided with an abuser because they are also have been victimized, but
Mm-hmm.
still not participating.
Yeah. To side with the abuser because that looks like the powerful side, which is understandable, as you said. Um, and then when we started seeing the world for what it really is, yeah, you can't help but have the joy come back, and colors get brighter, and things become more electric, and vision becomes more clear, and vitality can't help but just increase because the earth is there ready to just give that to us. But not if we're in a fake reality. A fake reality.
That's an interesting word. Um, and hope becomes abundant. Hope that even if it's just you and I, hope becomes abundant.
Who needs hope?
I mean, because it happened.
Yeah.
We don't need hope for it because it already happened.
You only need hope when you're fearful.
We have hope for
And
others because we see ourselves as if we could do it.
that's true. Yeah.
So, but it's we still maintain that loving, peaceful neutrality when up against someone tries to pull us in.
Yeah.
It just don't get any nourishment anymore from us. We're no longer food. We're no longer
Produce,
nourishment. Yeah,
livestock.
livestock.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word.
Yep.
no longer fuel.
And there's a lot of oxygen over here.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't think we have to say anymore.
I don't think so.
Not even no invitations needed either. We
Mm-mm.
don't have to invite.
No.
We are, just glad that we stopped our participation.
And of course, looking back, it's like, why didn't we do it so much sooner? But happy that we did.
Just makes things sweet right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I've threw that out. Yeah. Why didn't I do it sooner? Well, because I didn't.
Right. Now, so it makes it sweeter now.
Yeah. So I just didn't do it then. So simple as that. There's no reason to go back and guilt myself into feeling poorly about it because I arrived here at this time in this space. I guess I just needed those extra years to really see the falsity, and it became so clear. Just needed that extra time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you for.
Thank you. All right. Have a great day.
You too.